Morning everybody, well done for getting to the end of another really busy LIPA week. I wonder what you've done this week that you're particularly proud of. Now, I've been able to go past all the classrooms. They all seem very busy, sometimes working in groups. And I wonder what you're particularly proud about this week. What have you done that's made yourself better? What have you done and what's the plan for next week? I've been hearing about real achievements and real progress, just having a look at a beautiful sunny morning. But what are your next steps for next week? Okay, but let's think about this week. We've got lots to do. Okay, we've got all the usual thing. We've got our golden tickets. Jacob and Dominic, thank you very much. We'll talk about that later. Who's been a maths star? Who's got overall head teachers awards? Maybe it's Captain Resilience, who knows? Captain Persistent, Reading Award. And of course, the last thing that we always do are golden medals. Okay, everybody, let's start with a bit of geography and football. I gave you 5 teams and I wanted to know where, in which country they play. We're doing this again this week and there is a prize for it. So for last week, Metz, they're in France. Real Betis are in Spain, Sampdoria in Italy, Benfica, they were Portugal. Sandro, I bet you got that one. Boca Juniors are South America, they are Argentina. There's going to be 5 more at the end of the assembly, and the first ones to tell me get a prize. More about that later on. Okay, not a lot of shout outs this week, but we've got a few. The first one is to the whole of Year 6 about long division. Long division is tough. And I know the teachers were a little bit worried, but from talking to them, apparently you have done wonderfully. Thank you to the group of children who came down to show me their work. It was wonderful. Explained how you work it out. And let's hope that we can get even better with long division. Zephaniah in reception. Well done. You've got a shout out this week from me. We were over in the oratory doing our new project. And he looked at one of my shirts and he spotted some phonics that he'd done. And that is where reading really becomes important, when you're learning these sounds, that you spot them in what teachers call the environment and are able to read signs and read different things. And I just thought, well done, Zephaniah. And also, Miss Graham has said, please can I ask a shout out for Apollo? He has blown me away with his reading this week. He's made so much progress and he's so excited to read every single day. Keep up the hard work. Okie dokie. If you have had a birthday, stand up. Sorry, I'm in the end room and I've only gone and left the birthday hat in my room, so we're going to sing without the hat. So if you've had a birthday this week, please stand up. Can you tell the whole class how old you are? Can you tell them what you've had for your birthday and what you've done? And are we ready? Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, happy birthday. If you've had a birthday this week, happy birthday to you. Okay, it's time for almost time for the first pause. Head Teachers Awards, get ready teachers, and pause. Well done everybody, for all the different reasons. I'll see everybody after assembly at home time, won't I? And do wave these at me and let me know why you got them, how you got them, and all of that sort of stuff. Okay, let's do some maths. Get ready, get your pens ready. Again, you'll probably need to press pause. This week it's all about spring. Phase 1, are you ready? Mr. Mason picks a flower with 4 petals. 4 petals. Miss Wheaton, Miss Coyle, and Miss Hatton also pick a flower that has got 4 petals. I want to know how many petals is that altogether. Phase 2, think about a flower shop. Okay, I want to know how many hours this flower shop is open during the week. On a Monday, it's open 1 till 5 p.m. On a Tuesday, it's open 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And on a Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, it's also open 10 to 4. On a Saturday, it's open 9 till 6. Sunday, closed. How many hours are they open each week? Phase 3, back to the flower shop. This could be tough, but work it out. In April, the flower shop sold £17,500 worth of flowers. In May, they did even better, and they sold 25% more. What I want to know is, how much did the shop make in April and May combined? Okay, are you ready? Get those pens out. Go. Okay, here's your answers. Phase 1, 16 petals. Phase 2, 37 hours. And the shop, phase 3, they made a total of £39,375 over April and May. Okay, let's get some certificates. What we'd like to do now, teachers please, is hand those out. Time to press pause. Well done to everyone who got a reading award and a maths award. Okay, jokes time. Thank you, Olivia. Are you ready? What happened to the boy who threw his chicken curry all around the classroom? He got made to sit in the corner. That's a good one, that. Well done, Olivia. Now, somebody told me this and I've forgotten who it was, so I do apologise. What do you call a dog magician? A labracadabra door. That's a good one too. And my one that I found, what is worse than finding a worm when you bite into your apple? Finding half a worm. That's definitely worse. Definitely worse. And remember, as part of this now, Douglas works with me, Douglas in Year 5, on the poetry section. And for the last 2 weeks, we've chosen one. This week, Douglas has composed one. And it was something he composed for the recent project all about space and planets. And it is called Jupiter. And here it is. And remember, this was written by somebody in Year 5. My atmosphere is so strong, you can be squashed into a pancake. Maybe even a mancake. I have a storm. I'm sorry, it's my natural form. I am the chief, that's all. All of the other planets look so small. Well done, Douglas. That is fantastic. Okie dokie. It's now time to press pause for this reason. I love it when I go into classrooms. Mr. Parker, I'm on gold! I'm on gold! Now, gold is a stunning achievement because it means that on a particular day you've got to silver by doing something way above what we expect, and then you've gone and done something else on the same day to get to gold, which is pretty stunning in my view. So if you've got to gold, your name was passed on by your teachers to us, and it was put on a spinny wheel that's on a computer, and Jacob and Dominic helped me out, and we spin it. It's totally random, and we choose 2 winners from each phase. So teachers, it's time to just go and check back for that email that I sent earlier today and announce who's won the books. Congratulations, book winners. In between now and the end of the day, please come to my office. I have got masses of books for you to choose, all different ages, styles, genres, all of that sort of stuff. So just come on down. If I'm not there, please come in. You know where they are, and just choose one to take home and keep. Okie dokie. It's special guest time. We didn't have one last week. We have one this week. It's one of our governors. Are you ready? Okay, everybody, it's that time. It is time for our special guest. It's a governor. It's not Flo, we've had Joe. This week it's Tony Curry. So Mr. Curry is head teacher at Trinity CE Methodist Primary School in Skelmersdale. Tony, welcome to our assembly.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Parker. Hello, Mr. Parker. Hello, everybody. Thank you for inviting me. I'm really looking forward to speaking to you today.
Tony, we've got a few questions for you. Is that okay?
Lovely.
Okay, so the first one is, how long have you been involved with LIPA Primary, and how did it all happen for you?
Okay, so I've been involved with LIPA Primary since the very start of the planning process, really, right before the school opened, before you had your first reception class. Mr. Parker invited me to become part of a really exciting project, the launch of a brand new school, LIPA Primary School in the heart of Liverpool. And how could I pass up an opportunity like that to be part of growing a really creative, forward-thinking, fantastic school connected to LIPA, part of the LIPA group. And I was just really excited to be part of this, new school, this new beginning. So right from the very start, before the first class even started at LIPA, I became part of that family, the LIPA family, where we planned and we talked to each other, and we started to think about what our school needed to look like, and to put into place all of the plans and the procedures to make sure that the children of LIPA Primary School get a really fantastic education. So right from the start, I was there working with Mr. Parker, and it's been a real privilege. I've loved every minute of it.
Thanks, Tony. And our governors, we've got about 10 governors. I know you've got a similar number, and I'm one of your governors too. And we all have our specific roles and responsibilities, jobs sort of, to help the school, don't we? So are you able to tell us a little bit about what your more specific job has been over the years for us?
Yeah, so I've loved being a governor, but part of my role of being a governor has been specifically to look at the education that's provided for specific groups of children in school. So we know that in our school there's lots of different children, and all children have different kinds of needs, like all adults have different types of needs as well. And part of my job is to make sure, working with your teachers, that everybody's needs are met, their learning needs are met. So if they need some extra support or help with writing, that we make sure that extra support's put there. Or if we need to buy some new resources, some new technology to help children learn new things, then I work with the teachers to help them come up with a plan for that too. So my role is to be working alongside the teachers to kind of put into place some special provision and lessons and ideas to help children shine at LIPA. And it's been great doing that. So yeah, I've worked for many years doing that. I also I lead a board of governors. So in governors, we have lots of different meetings for different purposes, and we have different groups of people that concentrate on different things. And because I'm a teacher and I love education, I love teaching and learning, and I love the curriculum, Mr. Parker very kindly let me lead one of the groups of governors that look specifically at your curriculum, your lessons. What do your music lessons look like? What does your project-based learning look like? How can we help make it even better than it already is? So I work with a group of governors, and we sit around a table 3 times a year, and we talk about your curriculum, and we hear about all the fantastic things that you've been doing in class, all of your learning, all of your trips, all of your visitors. And do you know what, children? Something that I've been so impressed with all the time are your project celebrations. You know, when you have those events that you invite parents to and you celebrate your learning, and we often hear about those in governors, and you might not know that, but we hear about all of those wonderful things that you do in class, and it's just brilliant. So yeah, I work with a group of governors that look specifically at your curriculum, your lessons, to make sure that they are as fantastic as they are. And children, you've got a fantastic school, fantastic teachers, and an amazing curriculum. So yeah, that's what I do, Mr. Parker.
Thank you, Tony. Now, I know something that both you and I like doing at our respective schools is bringing visitors in and doing things like open days. And it's been difficult to do that, hasn't it, over the past 12 months? So I'm find myself often having to tell people about our school. So how would you describe LIPA Primary School if you had to?
So I would describe LIPA as, it's a place where everybody, every person, whether you're an adult or you're a child, is valued as an individual person. So we know that all of us are different, and we've all got things that make us special, and we've all got things that make us unique. And what's really great about LIPA is that every single person is celebrated for being an individual person. And that little thing that makes you special, that those skills that make your talents that make you unique are recognised and are celebrated. LIPA is such an inclusive school where it's a big family where everybody's welcomed. everybody's cared for, everybody's loved, and everybody's nurtured really well. And that's what's so special about LIPA. And that goes for adults and staff, not adults and children and staff, everybody, and governors. LIPA looks after everybody and keeps them safe and keeps them happy and nurtures them. And that's what's really great about LIPA.
Thanks, Tony. Can you tell us a bit, though, about your school, Trinity CE Primary?
Yeah, so my school, Trinity, it's a lot smaller than your school. We have one year group in every year group. So we have one reception class, one year one class, and so on. We also have a nursery as well, so that's a little bit different. So we have our children start school at the age of 2. So our children start at 2, and they start in a room called the Seedlings room. And then when they're 3, they go to a room called the Sunflowers room. And then after that, they go into reception, and then all the way through to year 6. And our school is about 60 years old. So our school's been around for 60 years. And it's a church school, so we're connected to 2 churches. We're connected to a Church of England church called St. Paul's, and we can see that church from our school building. And that's a large church that we go to quite a bit. And then we're connected to another church, a Methodist church called Trinity Methodist. That's a smaller church. So we're a Christian school, and our faith is really important to us. And our mission statement, our value, our kind of vision for our school is this, and it says, "Let your light shine." And that's our vision. We want our children in Trinity School to let their light shine for God, because that's what we do. And there's loads of similarities between LIPA and Trinity. All of our children are tremendous, and all of our staff work really, really hard. And both of the curriculums in both of the schools are really creative and really kind of made to help children develop into really responsible and really confident and really skilled people. And our staff, like your teachers, work really, really hard to make sure that you children have a great education. So yeah, our school's been around a little bit longer than yours, but the heart of our school, the heart of it, that nurture, is exactly the same as LIPA. And that's why Mr. Barker and I get on so well, because we've got the same kind of idea of what we want for our children in our schools. That's everything to us. We want you, our children, to have a great education, and we can't wait to see you when you grow up and you become a pilot or a doctor, or you own your own business, or whatever that might be. We just love being a part of that. So Trinity, although it's in a different place, it's in a town called Skelmersdale, which is about half an hour away from LIPA. We're in a built-up town called Skelmersdale. Lots of schools around us. It's a busy place, but it's not a city. It's a town, a small town compared to where you live and come to school in Liverpool. But a lot of our values and a lot of what we believe in is exactly the same as LIPA. So that's a little bit about Trinity.
Thanks, Tony. I'm just going to throw a maths question in for the children. So if LIPA Primary is 7 years old and Mr. Curry's school is 60 years old, how much older is Trinity than LIPA? I'll leave that one with your children. Tony, both of us are head teachers. This Trinity is your 3rd school as head teacher, isn't it?
Yeah.
Question is, what's it like to be a head teacher?
What's it like to be a head teacher?
Yeah.
Oh, it's great. Do you know what's so good about being a head teacher? Well, let me tell you first, I was a year 5 teacher for many years, and I loved being a year 5 teacher because I got to know my class, and I had 30 children in my class that I got to know and I taught, and that was fabulous. But the good thing about being a head teacher is that everyone in my school is kind of in my class. So I get to know all 245 children that are in my school. I get to know them all, and I love it because I get a chance to go into year 1 and spend some time teaching year 1. I get time to go into year 6. I get time to lead assemblies every day and hear about what you've been doing in your classes and hear about what children have been doing during the holidays. So the best part of my job is you. It's the children, seeing the children every day and being able to see all classes all day, and that's what I love. And another thing that I love, which is a bit more serious, I suppose, is that I love to be part of the decision-making process, because in school we've got to make lots of decisions, and because I like Mr. Parker, so passionate about making sure those decisions are right for you, are right for the children. I like to be a part of making those decisions to make sure that we that we have a school that is really fun, but also a school that really helps you to learn what you need to learn to be successful in life. So yeah, I love working in the classes and I love being able to see everybody, but I also love being able to make the decisions and be part of that vision to make sure that school's really good for you and really works for you. So
thanks,
that's
Tony.
a little bit there, Mr. Parker. I hope that helps.
And very last question, and we ask this to everybody as the last question who's our special guest, because as you know, music's a big part of what we do here, but we all love music ourselves. And the question is, what's your favourite kind of music?
Favourite kind of music is definitely pop music. I love current music. I love, but also actually, I do love musicals as well. And if you look through my phone and look at the songs that I've got on my phone, then I would say that a good 50% of those songs are from musicals, because I love musicals. My favourite musical, although I never thought I'd say this, but actually I've seen it, and since I've seen it, it's become my favourite musical, is Mary Poppins, because I just love that musical. I love everything about it. I love the songs, I love the acting and the dancing, and I've seen that musical a couple of times. And I love Wicked as well, as a musical called Wicked, which is really fantastic. So although I love pop music, and I listen to a lot of church music as well through school, which I really value, but I love the musicals, the big musical numbers, Mr. Parker, that get us all singing and dancing when we're allowed to.
Tony, you've been a fantastic special guest. Thank you so much for sparing the time this week.
Lovely to be invited. Have a lovely weekend, everybody.
See you soon, Mr. Curry.
I'll see you at school very shortly. Thank you.
All right, bye. Back in my office, everybody, for the last little bit. So, gold medal time. Are you ready? So, let's go first with Miss Wheaton. And Miss Wheaton, for gold medal, has said, I have loved my first couple of weeks in Year 6. This is why I've chosen a child in Year 6 for the gold medal. Please could I give it to Lucia in McCartney class. She stood out as someone who gives everything a really good go, and she always keeps trying. She's shown so much resilience, and I know the Year 6 team are so proud of her. Well done, Lucia. So well done. And then we got Miss Lyons, who said, I've given Faith in Year 4 my golden medal because she has been helpful, given all in her writing, and always has a good attitude towards everything. Well done, Faith. And Miss McGee has chosen in Year 1 Arjwan, and she said, it's for everything, Mr. Parker. It's for LIPA values and giving her best at everything that she does. The things that she's good at, and also the things that she's trying hard to be better at. I think that's a lovely reason. Okay, we've got one more, haven't we? And that one more is Miss Hagan, and she's chosen Kelly in Year 4 for all-round progress, especially, she says, progress and improvement in writing. Okay, last little bit. Okay, the first person who answers these questions written down, spelt correctly, gets a prize. I'm going to give you 5 football teams. I want to know the country they play in, all right? You've got to tell me. So it would be like Everton, England, Liverpool, England, Bayern Munich, Germany, and so on. Got to be spelt right, so check it thoroughly. Don't just scribble them down, I won't take it. But the first one, correct, gets a prize. Okay, team 1, Wraith Rovers. Where do they play? Which country? Number 2, Royal Antwerp. Where do they play? Number 3, Fiorentina. Where do they play? Number 4, this is a trick one, Newcastle Jets. Be careful with that one, that's all I'm saying. And number 5, we're going to South America, but where in South America? It's Santos. And remember, there is a prize for the first written down correctly spelt list. And just before we finish, I've just had one last shout out. Thank you, Miss Farahy. Excuse me. And it's Izzy. And Izzy this week has been doing some great work, but especially in coding. And she's been helping Ryan, who's new to our school, to get more familiar with what we use and produce some brilliant work. So what a nice way to finish our assembly. Well done, Izzy. Well done, everyone. See you next week. Have a lovely weekend.